Hello, students. I'm here to talk to you about physical activity and exercise. Why should we be physically active individuals? Why should we exercise? According to the CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, some of the reasons are controlling your weight, reducing your risk for cardiovascular disease, reducing your risk for type 2 diabetes and metabolic syndrome, reducing your risk for some cancers, strengthening your bones and muscles, improving your mental health and mood, improving your ability to do daily activities and prevent falls, especially if you're an older adult, which right now doesn't pertain to you, but if you are a regular exerciser and you do it in the right amounts, you're less likely to be non-functional, I guess you can call it, when you get to your older age. It also increases your chances of living longer. So another organization that is one of the leading organizations in developing health guidelines is the World Health Organization. And you'll notice here, if you read through this, that very similar benefits from both these organizations. So this information is getting pretty standard. One thing you can see is it also helps depression, which correlated with moods from the Center for Disease Control. So if you exercise and do physical activity in the right amounts, you can do those things that I had just mentioned. So you're probably asking yourselves, what is the right amount of physical activity? Well, that's what this project is going to be about. You are going to discover the right prescription for your individual needs. So, let's see here. You're going to go over what types of physical activities there are, and how much of each you should do, how much time it should take, and how this would look in a weekly routine. So some key terms here as you're searching through this are physical activity and exercise. You'll learn that those are two different things. Aerobic activity, strength exercise, moderate intensity, vigorous intensity. So your task, students, is you will choose a partner from your class to do the project with. You're going to research different types of exercise. In your research, you're going to find two main types. So you and your partner need to communicate on which part you guys find, and once you decide which of the two you want to research, pick that topic and do some thorough research. So once you both have decided what you're going to be researching, you're going to try to find how much of that exercise is recommended per week. And then you'll research at least 3 different examples of that type of exercise. Once you and your partner have discussed what you found, you are going to be implementing these recommendations into your own weekly routine. Here in a little bit, I'll show you a calendar that I want you to use, that you will put the information that you find. You will use your critical thinking skills and plug them into the days of the week. So once you have done that, the last task is actually performing your weekly routine. So through trial and error, you're going to take these exercises, do them for a couple weeks, and then write a 1-page paper reflecting on how it went. So by doing trial and error, you're going to learn what is going to work the best for you and how that's going to work, how it's going to flow with the rest of your daily routines, weekly routines. All right, you will notice later on, I give you sites that you can go to find this information. I give you some of the governing bodies, like I showed you earlier, the CDC and the World Health Organization. You're gonna find your types of exercise in those through those organizations. Okay. So one thing about exercise and physical activity, bottom line, it's gonna help better your quality of life. You're gonna feel stronger, and you're gonna feel more functional in daily activities. If you're doing it in the right amounts, it's gonna give you a little more energy, and it's gonna potentially add years to your life. So if you want to read about some of the benefits of physical activity, and as a place where you can go and find your different types of activity, is this website here. All right. So here in the process, you have your exercise log that you're going to plug in the different physical activity exercises that you find, sets and reps. You'll notice that if in one particular type of exercise you'll find there's going to be a certain number of sets and reps you should be doing for those exercises. So pay attention when you get to that section. So you will go through the calendar. If this calendar doesn't pop up for you well on whatever computer you're using, you can go to this website to find it. And here are some other websites that you can go to find your information. You want to make sure your name, the date, the title of the class are on your paper. In the format, you should have double spaced and 1-inch margins all around the border. All right. So now we're into the evaluation. So for the evaluation, this project is out of 20 points. You'll be graded on your research, your exercise plan, your one-page reflection, and your writing style and mechanics, meaning do you use the right grammar, do you spell correctly, do you use paragraph form, intro, body, conclusion. Alright, so by the end of this project, I'm hoping that you feel comfortable with the guidelines for physical activity. And I'm hoping that you can feel comfortable with implementing them into your weekly routine. Because when you're done here in high school, whether you go to college or whether you join the workforce, physical activity and exercise is necessary for your health. So I want you to leave being comfortable with how to exercise correctly, and if you have questions, where you can find answers. And I want you to just remember, you're going to see in your research that 10 minutes at a time is fine. So for a certain exercise type that you find, just 10 minutes at a time is fine. And I hope that is easing your mind when it comes to thinking about the work that you need to put in. If you would like to research more information and you're very intrigued and you want to keep adding information to your researching, I have an extension activity here for you about finding out what high intensity interval training is. So you look that up, and then that could help kind of speed up the process for meeting your guidelines. In other words, once you know how much exercise you need to do per day, per week, this is a form of exercise that can make getting that time come a little bit quicker. All right, students. So now you're off to the races. Pick your partner. Get this done. Feel free to email me after class. Ask questions. I'm happy to ask as many questions as you have. And I will see you soon.